This episode is powered by Safety FM.
The following program is rated MALSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Finally, show with the balls to call it like it is. Rated R Safety Show on Safety FM.
Countdown to audio torture.
The Rated R Safety Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Let the eardrum pain begin.
Forget the corporate bullshit. This is the Rated R Safety Show with your host, it doesn't matter who the host is.
Well, hello and welcome to another Rated R Safety Show. How are you? You know, I just recently asked that to somebody, and they turned around and told me, who gives a rat's ass? And I was kind of shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Because I thought about it for a moment, and I was like, that might be pretty smart. But I don't know. What do you think? If somebody was responding to you in that fashion, would you be surprised? Would you be shocked? Or would you just really not give a damn? Anyways, today I am not going to read the rant. I'm going to leave you on Rant-Free Tuesday. That does not rhyme whatsoever. But what I want to do is have some information that I would like to share with you. And what is the information? The news.
Duh.
So let's get that started.
Safety in a way never heard of before. The Rated R Safety Show on Safety FM. Here is the news on the Rated R Safety Show.
Well, today is Tuesday, August the 27th, day 239, and only 126 days left. I know. It kind of has to get old, me repeating that same information to you every single day that we get to talk. But it doesn't. I think it's important for you to know the information. That way you know how much time is left in the year. So a few weeks back, we were having a conversation about the Air Force. So let's continue that Air Force conversation. The Air Force top secret space plane has now completed more than 717 days in space, breaking its predecessor's own record. It launched on September 2017 on a SpaceX rocket. There is no confirmation of the secretive craft's actual purpose. Now. As those secret space missions go upon, do you ever think about that movie Starship Troopers? I wonder, not that if we're going to have some giant insect type of thing attack us, but I wonder, what is the purpose of the mission and why is it top secret? So, maybe we should think about that. And let's jump around real quick and let's get into Sacramento, California. Two women started an argument Sunday at the water park near Sacramento, California, over who stole whose beach towel. Yeah, an argument over a beach towel, my friends. When one man stepped in to try to defuse the situation, it escalated, culminating into an all-out brawl between 40-some attendants. Yeah, 40. Police say the brawl included physical altercations and shouted insults. One man was knocked out cold, and I mean stone cold, when police arrived and needed CPR to be revived. The park ended up shutting down early after the fight. Now, could you imagine if you're in Sacramento, and I don't know if school has actually started in that region or not, and that is your last day of summer? Come on, man. Over a beach towel? And the beach towels that they normally have at those water parks are those like crappy $2 towels, man. Definitely a 40-person altercation is not worth that mess. Could have just given somebody a free towel. So if I have to say today, there's a big news story. I'm sure you heard of this, but let's make sure that we repeat it one more time. Did you hear about Johnson & Johnson? Yeah, The baby powder people. Oh, yeah. The shampoo that doesn't make you cry people. Oh, yeah, those people. Yeah, the Johnson & Johnson people. Let's go into that one. Johnson & Johnson will pay $572 million. That's million in damages after a judge ruled that the company's misleading marketing and promotions of opioids created a nuisance as defined by law. Yeah, did you hear that? Their marketing and promotion of opioids led to a nuisance as defined by law. This is according to CNBC. The ruling is also attributed to Johnson & Johnson's manufacturing of opioids as a key contributor to the nationwide epidemic. The ruling was made in Oklahoma, and the money will go towards funding the state's treatment and prevention efforts for 1 year. So $572 million freaking dollars because somebody decided to run a promotion to promote their drugs of opioids. And look at the fucking epidemic that we have out there. That shit is crazy. That is just crazy. And I'm not saying that Johnson & Johnson is solely to blame here based on the court ruling, but man, what is going on? Is marketing really that impactful? Think about that for a brief moment. I'm just shocked that that's all they got slapped with. $572 million. I wonder if they're going to appeal it. What do you think? I think they will. We'll see what happens. We'll keep our eyes out for Oklahoma. Let's continue. Testing is underway of a 36-foot-long robotic vessel currently sailing across Atlantic Ocean. Production company SeaKit is hoping to revolutionize maritime shipping, saving offshore oil companies and merchants billions with a B in personal costs. In the process of moving materials between continents by sea becomes fully automated. So there is another company putting automation out there. And not that automation's a bad thing, because I love technology. But this is another potential career path that people might lose because of it. And take it for what it's worth, of course. Because as I look at this and I go, technology is good, but when it starts running out a revenue source for a human, how do we take a look at that? What's your thoughts? So here's some sad news coming out of France, but let me tell you about it real quick. A truck carrying more than 205 pigs overturned in an accident on Monday in France, killing all but 23. I guess if you have to look at the bright side of a story, and I don't know how you would at this one, they were headed to the slaughterhouse anyways, so they just got killed on the roadway. I know. I can't even believe I said that. And have you heard of this gentleman, Antonio de la Rosa? Yes, Antonio de la Rosa has successfully paddleboarded from San Francisco to Honolulu, Hawaii. Yeah, you didn't mishear me there. That's a 2,500-mile trek that he started on June the 9th. He's a 50-year-old man. His modified paddleboard included a small cabin for sleeping and solar panels. De La Rosa tells the local ABC affiliate that he never got sick and only lost about 10 pounds. Woo! Could you do that? I don't know. Sounds a little crazy to me. But also fun all in the same time. So we continue to look across the boards on different things that we see. So did you hear about this one about the market? The market responds positively to the recent thaw in relationships between U.S. and China. The Dow adding 296.93 points. That's about 1.1% day over day. Apple increased by 1.9%, and Microsoft was up by 1.5%. Both tech companies rely on Chinese manufacturing for their products. Well, that's good to see that the economy is actually going in a good direction because of that relationship. Do you feel that it's good for the economy? How do you feel about that relationship? In mentioning Apple, let's go a little bit further down that discussion. Did you hear about this one? Apple has reportedly been working on technology that would send text messages over 900 megahertz radio frequency, allowing users to communicate while off the grid. Oh yeah, you heard me correctly there. But The Verge reports they've shelved the rollout, likely due to change in their vendors of modern technology. So I'm assuming here, because I'm not the technology guy, but do you remember the 900 megahertz phones that some people had back in late 80s, early 90s? Is that what they're talking about? Is that how that frequency would work? Because I remember when you were to the range of the base, sometimes it wouldn't work very well. I don't know. Is that information important to you? So let's follow up, because we like to follow up always on the lottery. There was no winner on Saturday night Powerball drawing. Wednesday's drawing will be for $60 million. Of course, that's the jackpot, or you can have the payout for 42.3. Right there, cash on the spot payout. And also, there was no winner on Friday's night's Mega Million drawing. Tonight's drawing will be for a $103 million jackpot, or $72.3 million cash payout. I don't know which option's best, but whichever one works, hey, we should have a party together. And of course, not related to safety, but we have to talk about it. Always talk about it. We're going to talk about it, of course. Last night was the Video Music Awards on MTV. I thought MTV mostly just showed reality shows. Now, I guess they have an award show every once in a while. Video of the Year went out to Taylor Swift. You Need to Calm Down was the name of the song. Artist of the Year, Ariana Grande. Best New Artist, Billie Eilish. Song of the Year, Lil Nas, featuring Billy Ray Cyrus, Old Town Road. Best Collaboration, Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, Señorita. Push Artist of the Year, Billie Eilish. Best Pop, Jonas Brothers, Sucker. Best Hip Hop, Cardi B, Money.
I need room for my legs. I got a baby. I need some money. I need cheese for my egg.
Best R&B, Normani, Waves. Best K-Rock Pop, BTS featuring Halsey, Boy With Love. Best Latin, Rosalia and J Balvin, Con Altura. Best Dance, The Chainsmokers featuring BB, Call You Mine. Best Rock, Panic at the Disco, High Hopes. Video for Good, Taylor Swift, You Need to Calm Down. Now, I don't know if that was important to you, but some people like to have that information, so I wanted to share it with you, so now you know. So let's talk about some of my favorite stuff. I know that I told you at one point this was only going to be so frequent, but these days this seemed to be so interesting to me that I figure we need to do it more often. So what days can we celebrate today? What days of the year that is exactly? Let's go through it. The Duchess, Who Wasn't Day. Just Because Day. Kiss Me Day. National Petroleum Day. National Pots de Crema Day. National Banana Lovers Day. Tarzan Day. World Rock, Paper, Scissors Day. Well, I think you should participate at least in one of those days. The easiest ones might be the Kiss Me Day, Banana Lovers Day, and of course, Rock, Paper, Scissors. And Just Because Day, because you can celebrate whatever the freak you want. You've been listening to the Rated R Safety Show. I know who you are. You know who I am. Love you. Mean it. Bye.
Duh. More sarcasm than a Mortal Kombat beatdown. Rated R Safety Show.
The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and its guest and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within this podcast are only examples. They should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the position of the company. No part of this podcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic, recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast, Jay Allen.
This episode has been powered by Safety FM.